They are our shadows, our protectors, and our closest companions. From the herding dog guarding a flock of chickens from predators, to the search and rescue hero, to the TikTok star in a tiny sweater, the domestic dog is woven into the fabric of human life like no other animal. They are, without a doubt, one of our greatest triumphs, but in their very familiarity hides a profound evolutionary mystery, because every single one of them, from the tiniest Chihuahua to the most massive Tibetan Mastiff, is a direct descendant of a formidable apex predator, the grey wolf. How did we do it? How did humanity create a creature of the wild into a loyal friend? And more pointedly, where did this incredible partnership begin? For decades, this has been one of science's greatest unsolved cases. But today, armed with the power of genomics, we can finally start piecing together the clues. We've long known the story of the dog is an ancient one. Sometime in the depths of the last ice age, between 32,000 and 14,000 years ago, our hunter-gatherer ancestors began an alliance with a lineage of grey wolves. These proto-dogs became our partners, traveling with us as we spread across the globe. But which wolves? Pinpointing the single population that gave rise to all dogs has been a notoriously contentious debate. Was it Europe? Was it the Middle East? Siberia? For years, the evidence was sparse, but in 2016, a landmark genetic study offered the first major break. Researchers analyzed the DNA of 58 different canids from across the Old World. This included grey wolves, indigenous village dogs from Asia and Africa, and a wide array of modern breeds. Using over 20 million genetic markers known as SNPs, or single nucleotide polymorphisms, and over 3 million genetic markers known as indels, they created the most detailed family tree of dogs to date. The results were striking. The data showed that indigenous village dogs from Asia had the highest degree of genetic diversity and were more genetically related to grey wolves than any other group of dogs. Based on this, the team proposed a bold new timeline. Dog domestication, they argued, began once and only once, around 33,000 years ago, in Southeast Asia. From this cradle of domestication, dogs then journeyed with migrating humans into the rest of the world. For a while, this seemed like a neat and tidy answer to a long-standing puzzle. But in science, a single study rarely has the final word. The case was about to get a lot more complicated. 2016 study was a snapshot based on modern animals. To truly solve the case though, scientists needed a time machine. They needed the DNA of ancient wolves which lived during the age when dog domestication happened. In 2022, they got it. An international team of researchers accomplished a monumental feat. They sequenced the full genomes of 78 ancient wolves, spanning the last 100,000 years, from across Europe, Siberia, and Northern America. By comparing this incredible dataset to modern dogs, they could finally ask the question, which of these ancient wolf populations is the dog's closest relative? The answer blew this case wide open. It turns out dogs don't just have one ancestor, but they have two. The analysis revealed that all dogs descend from at least two distinct ancient wolf populations, one in the east and one in the west. The ancient wolves from northeast Siberia were indeed a close match, but they weren't the direct ancestors. Instead, they were part of a vast, interconnected population of wolves that stretched all of Eurasia, and in the east, a branch of this population gave rise to what might be called the Eastern dog. But at the same time, a different branch somewhere in the west, perhaps the Middle East, but we don't know right now, gave rise to the Western dog. So what does this all mean? Was the first study wrong? No, not at all. It was seeing a real and important part of the picture, the massive contribution of East Asian wolves in dog ancestry. But the ancient DNA revealed that wasn't the whole story. The current evidence paints to a much more intricate picture. There have been two separate independent domestication events, one in the east and one in the west, and these two separate lineages of proto-dog later mixed. Or, perhaps more likely, Dogs were domesticated once in the East, and as these early dogs spread westward with early humans, they interbred with a now extinct population of grey wolves in the West. What both studies agreed on is the critical importance of Asia in the conversation of dog domestication. Modern dogs are, on the whole, more genetically similar to modern and ancient wolves from the East. The cradle of domestication, or at least the primary one, was almost certainly located somewhere on the Asian continent. The exact location, whether it's southern China, Mongolia, or Tibet, remains a tantalizing mystery. Not to mention there are ghost species missing from the record, such as a yet unknown species of Tibetan ancient canid, which exists in the DNA of some modern dogs. The only way is to find more clues, more ancient DNA, especially from wolves in southern China, which are a conspicuous blank spot in the current dataset. Somewhere in a museum drawer or frozen in permafrost may lie the DNA of a ghost lineage that may represent the direct missing link between wolf and dog. The story of the dog is not a simple linear path from A to B. It's a complex story of at least two ancient wolf species contributing to what we now refer to as our best friends. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive into the evolution of the domesticated dog. If you enjoy exploring the science of our shared past, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time for more science. Hi, thanks for watching. This is Krutik here. I had to re-upload this video due to major errors on my part on the audio. Thank you for the comments pointing that out. Hopefully this won't happen again. And thanks for watching. Please subscribe to the channel. All the support helps. Cheers.